example of a company, Sony Online Entertainment, that was not a indie company. It was a full-fledged huge company, and I think that worked out so badly. You basically saw everyone who was working on that at the time like gone. Like some of like Smedley left, Holly is gone. Like so many of those people are no longer there, and the company itself has been sold multiple times. SoE was sold to Columbus Nova. Columbus Nova then sold what became Daybreak, and Daybreak was then sold to EG7. Basically, that screw up killed the entire company in a way. It's one of those things, like, there are deep, deep scars of players feeling like they have been betrayed when companies are realizing that what they're trying to do is too difficult. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here. It's not like, and again, going back to, it's not like I feel like this is a scam or anything like that. I just feel like it's a hard realization that this shit is too damn hard, and maybe they should have picked a smaller project to start. So, are there positives? With all the doom and gloom, is there anything positive to say here?
Autopilot.
VR is going to be fighting an uphill battle to sell this game. Again, because it's been done before, disastrously. The same words will fall on deaf ears when backers of the MMO hear, "It'll help us test," or "It'll help us speed up development of the MMO." The only way that they're going to be able to convince people, it's not going to be people like me coming out and saying, it just feels like a little bit of slice of Pantheon. It's going to be results. It's going to be them actually speeding up development of the MMO. It's going to be them actually showing that this is helping with testing, or making sure that the game is actually fun and worth playing. At this stage though, it is so important for VR to be upfront and state that this is about cash flow needs and the cost in developing an MMO, something that wasn't really done in the case of Apocalypse with Ashes or others. Lying, misspeaking, or sugarcoating at this stage will not mend the ashes of bridges long since set aflame. On the upfront and honest front, after their producer's letter and the video showing us Pantheon 247, I'd give them about an 8 out of 10. And I say that just because they were honest about the need for additional funding and that the pace of funding has slowed. I deducted 2 points just because I get frustrated every time I hear any company say some usual platitudes. I understand why they're necessary, especially for a wider audience, but that doesn't mean I appreciate them. That said, my positive isn't 247 though. It's not me seeing this and thinking, oh, you know, maybe this game or this mode or whatever they're trying to call it is going to result in increased funding for Pantheon. If it does, I kind of feel like it would be incidental funding. I don't know that taking a slice of an MMO and putting it on a timer is going to work, especially a game like Pantheon that has kind of a slower pace to it. I don't see how you're going to kind of mesh those ideas together. So it kind of just brings me to this final question of why not just have the whole alpha out there? Why not just let people in for alpha access? I imagine that would kind of bring in some more funding, because if someone can pay less money and start playing, they're generally going to. Or why not go in the early access route and have the game developed over the next couple of years while in early access? It's not going to look good. It generally doesn't look good. But when you're facing this kind of option, there are other bad options that may be less bad than this bad, you know? That's just kind of where I'm sitting here, and just I'm a fucking YouTuber, you know? I've never developed a game in my life, but that's like, I'm just like, why didn't we just get alpha access instead of alpha access mode? But that's my take on it, and I'm sure that this video is going to get a shit ton of dislikes, so please consider leaving a like on the video. I normally don't ask for that, but I really don't want to see the ratio on this video at all. Cheers everyone, thank you so much for watching. My name is Redbeard Flynn, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hello everyone.
everyone. Welcome to Steak and Eggs episode 41. This is our last normal episode of the year. We're going to be doing a Christmas special. But yeah, this is our last time in the studio before it's 2024, guys.
We're going to blow it up.
Yeah.
On after
How
this.
about me
Very
anymore?
exciting.
The podcast is over. Yeah, so it's been a crazy week for me and Techie. And
You guys did the raid, huh? How'd that go?
I was pissed you weren't
Nobody
there.
died. I was pissed y'all didn't die. I was so mad.
Yeah, he wasn't even live.
Yeah.
Yeah, why weren't you there? What happened?
I was just doing other stuff, man. Like,
Okay.
yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
I wish I was doing anything else besides that.
Really? Why?
That shit fucking sucked.
What the hell, bro?
Damn, finally,
Fucking
now
hater.
you say it.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yes,
What do you
but
mean
that
it
shit
sucked?
that shit was so boring.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was so easy. Everybody was talking for 40 minutes before every fight. Nobody was fucking paying attention. Oh my God. Talk for 20 minutes. Listen.
Someone
okay.
clip it and send it to Soda.
Yeah.
Good. It already
Yeah.
was clipped. People were pissed about it. I don't care. Literally, 40 minutes. What did people think was going to happen? Did anybody think we were going to die? Like
I did.
How? We were. There was like.
So the game is easy, but people are dumber.
But no. But literally, do you
Like,
know?
I watch people that have played this game for 15
20 years,
years
15,
fuck
17
up
years.
moving left.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I could easily expect somebody to die.
You understand this, okay? We are full bist, full world buffed, and I've been saying this for months. I said, "There's no way we're gonna die on Molten Core. It is so fucking easy. You would have to try to die there.
Yeah.
Blackwing Lair, we're going to die.
Why?
At
Just
least-
don't die.
No, I'm saying at least 16 people die in Blackwing Lair.
Why? What are they gonna die to?
Well, you can't outscale it as
Yeah, you
easily as you
can. What do you mean?
Not
It's
as
so
easily as Molten
easy.
Core.
Yeah, it's about the same because all BWL is made under the same tuning base.
BWL is easier than Molten
MC.
Core.
Like,
Okay.
it's really not that much harder.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, no, it's
No,
easier.
because I already lost the. I already
Molten
lost the
Core
first
is
one.
much harder
Well,
than
it's-
BWL.
What I'm saying is that
And it's weird because-
BWL is a bit. It is harder. It's
I
definitely
mean, it's harder.
but
Yeah, I mean,
also a
there's,
joke.
it's also a joke
like the
compared
real
to.
difficulty is like
I think Molten
AK-40
Core is
is harder,
harder. Yeah,
and then Nax
AQ
is actually
hard.
pretty
Yeah.
hard.
I agree. But I'm
That
saying
sucks.
even like professional players still die in Blackwing Lair on hardcore.
Professional players die at level 20 on hardcore.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, people fuck up.
Or
I mean,
level
also,
7.
I'm gonna say, fuck the bad vibes. People said we couldn't, even this guy over here,
I
and we
did.
didn't. That's why we were over-prepared, because, you know, a lot of people were new, a lot of people were idiots, including the experienced people. Some people overpulled, some people did almost fucking die, but you know what?
Yeah.
It was okay.
You survived. I cannot fucking believe it. Like, I'm genuinely surprised. I'm actually kind of impressed. This is not what I had expected at all. I will be totally honest.
Listen, I don't mean to be the proverbial dickhead here,
Okay.
but literally, how in the fuck where was even an opportunity to die?
So I've played WoW for 15 years.
Yep.
And you guys might not really understand how dumb people really are.
No, but the people
But-
in our guild are pretty smart.
But the thing is, like, all it takes is one person to do something wrong, and then everything falls apart.
Okay, but let's talk about this mathematically. Okay,
Right.
so one of the bosses that we really had to focus on was Major Domo.
Why?
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Stressing about it. We explained this shit for 22 minutes,
Right?
and it was literally just kill skull, kill X,
Yeah.
kill square. That's the whole fight.
Let's just sheep the other ones.
Yeah, and people were freaking the hell out over what? I feel like there was literally no way we could have died. We were so outgeared. We were so buffed. It was, I don't
I
know.
mean, that's the content, is like, you know, teaching the noobs and the people that suck and hyping it up and then doing it. Like, I mean, it'd be fucking boring if, like, it was like, you know, everyone's just super fucking good, just does it right the first time with no explaining.
That's what
so.
happened. It was just fucking. I saw a lot of comments. I think that people are mad that you guys didn't die.
That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
should have died.
People are like, they feel like we got cheated.
like, for real, I am one of those people.
Oh, really?
Where I'm thinking we shouldn't have
You
been that
wanted
buff.
to die.
Somebody should have died. But the
Okay.
way it was, I'm not gonna lie, so did a very good job raid leading.
Yeah.
I think honestly, he did too good of a job.
Right.
Because unless you were like brain dead.
He wasn't raid leading. He was a tour guide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was almost, we were almost over prepared. I wish
Right.
it was a little bit
I
less.
mean, he did his job.
He did. No, so did very good. Miz also did fucking amazing.
I'm impressed. I really am.
The number one moment of that entire raid,
Right.
what did you think it was?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you're not allowed.
No, well, I mean, I would have watched a little bit. I watched the Nixia one. The Nixia went really well. I was like, damn, that's good. Like, everything was fine.
The number one, Nixie was fun.
Yeah.
The number one moment of that whole night for me was Rav dying. Tricking everybody that Rav died.
Oh yeah.
That shit was
I heard
so
about that.
I
funny.
was so fucking upset,
Yeah.
and I was even thinking
Yeah.
in my brain, like, how is that even possible? Like,
How did he do it?
Yeah, well, not like how did he like fake it, but like how could he
Right.
possibly have fucking died? But I forgot because someone did before on my stream when I was in a call with Vay.
Yeah.
That Soda died, and we were both like, "What? Is that real?" But then we figured out it was fake. But I got again.
I don't know how people did the fake announcements. I have no idea.
It's something with the Deathlog add-on.
It was just. I thought it was just a raid warning. Wasn't it just a raid warning?
No, it's a separate thing.
Oh, the other one where they go into the system and they make
Oh
the
yeah,
thing
no,
pop
I think
up.
I
Okay.
think the one with Rav was just a raid warning. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something
yeah.
else they can do with the add-on to fake it, even if they're not in your raid.
Number one of the casual DPS, by the way. Just wanted to put that out there.
Number one of what?
Yeah, number one out of all. We had 10 sweats and then we had 30 casual players. I was
What
number one
determines
DPS.
a casual player? Because I don't think you're a casual player from the way
Oh,
you
well,
talk.
so there's like the people who play WoW, they're like all the time, like, you know,
Yeah,
Shinya
sure.
and Sony. And then
Yeah.
I was considered, you know, just a dude. Number one warrior,
Yeah,
by the way.
but
You know,
you're like experienced and stuff. Not saying like
No, I agree.
not like downplaying it.
you know, I'm just saying. You know,
Well,
people were saying that I suck, but that's
I mean,
crazy.
Isn't there 2 buttons?
But yeah, well, the warriors couldn't press those 2 buttons as good as I did.
Well, because they didn't have the gear.
I had less gear.
No, it was no way. You had Titanic leggings. You had
So did
on-
they.
No, not every single one of them. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. I'd
Pull
have to
it
see
up.
it for myself. Yeah, maybe I'll have to now.
You have to pull it up. I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
pressed my 2 buttons pretty good.
Okay.
And it's actually 3 buttons.
Right. Yeah, you
so
got whirlwind.
you,
you're right.
you start in, you charge or intercept depending on the fight, and then you put a Sunder armor down immediately, which I did. Then you bloodthirst, and then you whirlwind, and then you heroic strike when you're about to overcap, and then you bloodthirst, and then you whirlwind. It's very hard.
Yeah, I know. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm actually amazed that like. So, did you have any close calls in the raid?
Yep.
How
I
close
was on
did you get?
Ragnaros, and I got RNG targeted by the knockup, and I just petried it.
Okay.
That was it. But if I
Oh
didn't
yeah, that
petri,
happened to a couple people.
Yeah.
Rav also petried in midair, and Soda had to as well.
yeah, if
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
petri, I would have been dead.
I think some other people too, but I don't know if they were alive.
But I literally had a whole monologue. I got knocked up, and I was like, okay, do I want to burn 400 gold on not dying? Well, let's
Yes.
think about it. Am I really going to die from this height? Do I really want to go to the next raid? Okay, petri,
Yeah.
bop, right at the last second. It was sick. The thing that really pissed me off about that raid was when people say parsing doesn't matter. That made me so angry
What made you mad about that?
because that's the only thing that matters.
Really?
It's the only thing that matters. Okay, if I'm these fucking ungrateful little fucks who say, "Oh, top DPS doesn't matter as long as the boss dies. That's all that matters." Okay, no shit. As long as we beat it, that's all that matters. But if I'm pumping big dick damage the entire time, these little ungrateful fuckers, these people riding my coattails in DPS rankings, they don't understand. If we're killing the boss faster, that means there's less time that it can be fucked up. Like my DPS can shave like 20 seconds off. Shinya's DPS shaves off like 25. So Sony was
It's
insane.
true.
Sony was fucking unbelievable. His DPS was insane. Like, I don't know what he's doing at all. Because I feel like our gear, I'm not even kidding you. Me and Sony's gear was pretty much the same. He was doing like 20% more DPS than me. So I don't know how he's pressing his buttons that much better, but that guy is unbelievable. Sony, Shinya, and Zico,
Yeah.
they're so fucking good. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if we kill the boss,
So did you hear about this WoW professional who doesn't know how to press his buttons faster? I think you should continue to make more money than me.
then less dangerous mechanics go out. And I don't think
I like him too. That's the worst part. I'm saying I would say it to his face. Listen to this fucking scrub ask a dumb question like, how do you press your buttons faster? It's not hard. Been like that for 20 years. Well, 15.
it lasts a minute and 10 seconds. That's a pretty big deal. So I don't get how people say DPS doesn't matter. It's all that matters.
does.
If the boss is tanked and people are being healed, the quicker you kill it from the DPS, the safer everyone is.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
It's true. I don't like their ads. They're way too involved.
What's up, fam? It's me, Emmy, just chillin'. I'm just popping in to tell you how hip Cash App is. Jay, hit it. With Cash for spending, sending, and saving money. Don't let your finances be unorganized and stressful. Keep it
Damn, they do look good.
simple, and more importantly, keep it cool. With Cash App, you can really get... Like I was saying, Cash App has all sorts of hip features, like Face ID, card lock, and real-time transaction alerts. You don't have to worry about it. Whatever. That boombox sucks. It's so small. Do we have another one? Cash App is the #1 finance app on the US App Store. Join millions of other users and download it today to keep your money management stress-free. Thanks, Cash App, for sponsoring our podcast.
She's good. Pure gold.
The best offense, the best defense is a good offense.
Exactly.
If you kill it, this is the way I looked at other
Yep.
ARPGs. Is that
how I look at it,
every
too.
solution can be solved with more damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Damage
you're
is king, is how I used to always say it. Damage is king, even on the fucking healers and stuff. They used to be critical of us, like, why do I only see 2 of the 5 priest dots? You know? Motherfucker, because I just dumped 5 fucking prayer of healings, 2 holy novas, and a fucking mass dispel and a parchis pear tree. And I don't have time to fucking re-dot when I have 24 other spells that have a higher priority and shit. And they're like, nah, 5 priest dots all the time. So you end up doing it like you know, you do it every 15 seconds and shit. Your brain just tells you to do it. You can't think about it. You're watching all their bars drop, you know? So you're just like, dot, dot, every 15 seconds, dot, dot, every 15 seconds, dot, dot, you know? And, yeah, and after a while, I just started macroing it because, like, I don't miss dots anymore. I mean, watch. I don't miss dots. You see it? Just doesn't happen. The macro was written to, like, make sure these dots have exactly 100% uptime or whatever the fuck. I've noticed that I can get another Wrath in, which is kind of annoying. I might need to rewrite the Sustained. Yeah, Moonfire, Sunfire, Wrath, Wrath, Wrath. I think it's actually... I'm gonna delete here. Moonfire, Sunfire, Wrath, Wrath, Wrath. Wrath. Comma. I think that's right. We'll see. I hope you don't embarrass me again. Please don't embarrass me again. I feel like you're gonna embarrass me again. Are you gonna embarrass me again? You better not embarrass me again, Blizzard. Fuck, I feel like you're gonna embarrass me again. Shred? Do I have Shred? No, it's the runes, which is... No, I don't have Shred. Or don't. Fine by me. Oh yeah, I got a ding. I got a ding. They say that the end rush is Omen of Clarity. I don't know. It's actually not that bad of an ability, but I would prefer to go improve Moonfire into Vengeance until... Yeah, until I reach 25, and then I go Omen of Clarity. Or I don't know. Omen of Clarity maybe was a good Mana or Rage. Oh yeah, Rage. Yeah, it's not good for... It's weird how it's at... That's in the balance chart. It seems like it's super good for Feral. Yeah, we'll go improve Moonfire, which is good. Don't embarrass me, please, please, please. Okay.
aggro, and then, you know, he runs around and kills everybody. That's kind of a problem.
You know what's crazy? I don't think anybody pulled aggro the whole night.
Yeah.
SoD was tanking. Yeah, SoD was tanking so good.
Yeah.
Miz was killing it. Like, he was so goddamn good.
Right.
Like, I don't think, I mean, off the top of your head, like, who was bad? I feel like everybody was incredible.
Well, Emmy almost died.
Oh, C-Dag was a fucking idiot. Why was C-Dag so stupid?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, also, well, I didn't almost die, but on Sardako's POV, it looked like, okay, so you know how I had the job to shield the living bomb on a Baron?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how, like, the person who had the bomb was supposed to run left to that, like, little pocket?
Yep.
Okay, so Grayson was the last person to get the bomb, right? And so he was, like, kind of out of my range, so I, like, move a little bit to shield him, and then I'm running back, and Grayson, for some reason, runs into the cave, so on Sardako's POV, it looks like we're running together into the cave, but on my POV, we actually weren't that close at all, but yeah, I just thought that was funny.
It was just crazy, because, like, okay, I am being a little bit of a bitch. I should be proud because we all did such a good job.
Yeah.
I just really wish somebody fucking died, man.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I consider myself a casual, especially since like I kind of just like started playing for real, like when this started. Like I had played before, but I don't think I ever got past like.
In our surrounding lands really concerns the druids of the Cenarian Circle and all night elves. It is my goal to find out why this has happened and to put an end to it. This is terrible news indeed, adventurer. With the fur bogs this close to Aberdeen, we will have to prepare ourselves for the inevitable. Thank you, adventurer. You've already proven adept at scouting our enemy, adventurer. Do you have what it takes to fight them as well? Not all adventurers prefer straightforward combat to the art of stealth and evasion. If you think you're up for the task, then the Furbog camp south of Aberdeen is currently the biggest threat to our people. You'll find some of the Blackwood tribe there. Kill 8 Pathfinders and 5 Windtalkers and return to me here. Your scouting of the Furbog camp is information that Thunderous Windweaver should be made aware of. He graciously serves as the Elder of Aberdeen, offering sage and just stewardship of the day-to-day affairs of the village. Please, share with him your findings to date on the Furbog situation. I believe he has some ideas of his own on the reasons behind their corruption. Perhaps you can work with him to enact a plan to restore the balance of nature here.
So the crystal exists, adventurer? Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been well executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? This is but a single question in a sea of questions. Another question that comes to mind is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine that crystal closely to get some answers. Use this empty vial and fill up on some Moonwell water here in Aberdeen. Such potent magic should provide a clue as to the composition of the crystal. To do that, you'll pour the liquid over the crystal. It should take care of the rest. While I don't anticipate anything bad happening to you, I still want you to be careful. Above us to the east is Felwood. If that crystal is tied to that place as I suspect it is, then it could prove to be very dangerous.
I love crab. Crabs are the fruit of the sea. You can bake it, barbecue it, boil it and broil it. They're pan-fried, deep-fried and stir-fried. There's crab salad, crab soup, crab stew, pepper crab, lemon crab, whipper-root crab and iron-forged surprise crab. That's about it. I'm here fishing right now, so I can't get any fine crab chunks. You can pick them out of reef crawlers and encrusted tide crawlers. You can make a lot with it. You can bake it, barbecue it, boil it.
Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate.
Well met, adventurer. Your scouting of the Fur Bog situation comes at a fortuitous time for us in Aberdeen. For some time we have dealt with not only forest dwellers who are now openly hostile to our presence, but also the outright corruption of the forest
Autopilot
itself.
jumping.
Hopefully you might be able to lend Aberdeen aid during these troubling times. The Cliffspring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. It empties into the Mist's Edge, and I fear the wash will
Moving
affect
to Stargate.
Aberdeen soon.
Warp
I
drive
suspect the
active.
Blackwood fir bogs upriver are the cause of the taint, but I also suspect
Taint.
that they aren't the true root of it. Take
They're
this
never the
sampling
root to
tube
the
and go to
taint.
the mouth of the river to our north. Proceed inland to the first waterfall and draw a sample from the pool there. You'll see a bridge overhead. Once you have a sample, return to me in Aberdeen.
What an honor it was when Master Grey Whisker assigned me to work under the guidance of the great prospector Remtravel. At the Academy in Ironforge, everyone knew of Remtravel's great discoveries, but the prospector is rather, oblivious to his surroundings. We had uncovered evidence of a great society. Horrible golems sprang forth from the ground and overran the site. Remtravel never seemed to notice. I ran back to Aberdeen for help. Please travel south and see if the prospector is okay.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active. Approaching Stargate.
Level 20. So, like, this conversation, I'm just like, damn, these people are jaded as fuck. Like, they just hate this game, but they keep playing it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, it's definitely one of those games that if you hate yourself, you'll keep playing it.
Yep.
It's one of those situations.
See, that's
Like
the thing.
me.
I used to play every single day, but for the past 2 weeks before raid happened, I didn't touch the game at all.
Right.
Because I just couldn't, man. That game, God, it sucks the fucking soul out of you. Even thinking about it makes me so goddamn
Really?
bitter.
It just stresses you out?
Oh, yes. Because then it's like, oh, God, I went in there and I forgot. It's vanilla WoW, which means I don't get any loot.
I'm having a good fucking time personally. Wait, you know what I did yesterday? I watched some video that was like all of the Warcraft lore up till now, and I watched all the shit about like the Titans and like Sylvanas, and I was like, well, shit. Now I want to play the other expansions too, but I don't know if I'd have to play it alone, so I don't know if I will. Cause like playing that shit alone is like, I don't know how people do it.
In general.
Well, no, that's the
Wait,
thing,
is it
though.
bad? The video made it seem kind of good. Wait, why is
It's
it
really
bad?
Stupid. See, well, okay, so what part of it isn't stupid?
Okay, so when I was watching it, I kind of got the thing where, like, you know, when there's like some fantasy lore and you're like, I really don't care about all of these like old war facts. So there was a lot of that, but like the Sylvanas and Hell thing and like the World Tree burning thing, I thought were kind of interesting.
Well,
You like Sylvanas?
Well, I watched a video that was like a 20-minute summary of like 20 years of lore. So maybe like she seemed kind of cool in the video.
I think Sylvanas was really cool until probably Battle for Azeroth.
EFA.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, then she burned down the tree, which was like totally.
Wait, that was her?
Yeah, she burned the whole fucking tree down. And like, so basically, this is what happened. Is so whenever she killed herself at the top of Ice Crown.
Oh yeah, I did see her do the suicide dive onto the spike, and I was like, why you gotta do that?
Well,
like,
because she fucking hate. Well, it's because like
she didn't want to be immortal.
Well, no, it's because Arthas, who was the Lich King, actually attacked her city, Quel'Danis, and she was the Ranger General of the city, and then he fucking killed her. And then turned her into a banshee to like serve
Wait, she
him.
was a banshee?
She was.
Okay, yeah, see, this is why I'm asking, because the video was so condensed, it was kind of confusing. Like, to explain how confused I was, because it was so quick, after that, I talked to Miz, and I was like, Arthas was Anduin's dad, and he was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's how confused I was,
But they
because
do
it was
look
so
the
condensed.
same, right? I mean,
I
like
thought
they do.
Variant's Anduin's dad.
Yeah,
though.
Variant, yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, Sylvanas used to be really, really cool, but then she met a guy who was basically like Satan. But then you find out that he's actually not like Satan. He's a robot that replaced another robot to make sure that all the souls go to the right soul places. But then he was making them not go to the right place. And then so they got rid of him, and then they put another robot in, and they said he's not a robot anymore, he's the bad guy. And then after that, he said to Sylvanas...
Wait, is this accurate, or are you confused?
No, I think he's spitting.
Yeah, no, this is unfortunately all
May
accurate.
Elune walk with
And
you,
then after
adventurer.
Sylvanas
The Temple
kills
of the
herself
Moon has
in
come to
wrath,
help the troubled
then she
citizens of
meets him,
Liberty.
and she's like, what's up? He's
You've
like,
been a
hi, it's
tremendous
me,
help
I'm
here today.
Death.
We
And
now
so
have a solid
then
chance
she
at
kills
unlocking
everybody
the
in
mystery
order
of
to
why
feed
these
him.
creatures
And
choose
then
to beach
finally,
themselves
after
on the
everybody
coast of
goes
Darkshore.
to his house,
The
which
idea
is
that
the
they might be fleeing
Shadowlands,
the
he
area
says,
around Teldrassil is disturbing. Should you come across others in your travels, please let me know. Our research here is but in its infancy. On behalf of the Temple of the Moon, please accept this as thanks for the effort you have given. Thank you, adventurer.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
you anymore, and then he ignores her, and he tries to take over a really big microwave, and he wanted to microwave the planet, but then we stopped him, and he didn't, and he died. But then right before he died, he said that he was actually trying to help us, but we don't know what he was trying to do, and it was never explained.
Yeah, Sylvanas is the reason why I gave up on WoW.
So she sucks.
Sylvanas
Oh,
was
man.
probably one of the best characters.
Yep.
And then they made her one-dimensional, and it was unfortunate.
Yeah, she
It-
was.
Oh, and
then
who's the guy that's like in the portal? He's really pissed, and he's like got the long black hair and the wings.
Illidan.
Yeah.
The
Illidan.
coolest. Wait,
Yes.
what? What's wrong with him? You don't
No,
like him?
no, I thought he was
Illidan's the
cool,
coolest.
but like
Oh.
the video I watched, he was like, so basically he was pissed because everyone abandoned him,
Well,
and so he was like emo in the portal.
Well, this is what happened, right? Is that he had a brother named Malfurion, and they both liked the same girl.
Oh,
But the problem
no.
is that she liked Malfurion more than him.
Oh,
and so
no.
Illidan was like, well, you know, I guess I have to become a demon to let her know that, like, I'm for real. And so he becomes a demon and he saves his homeland. And he actually is like the complete hero of the story. But because he did it through having demons help him, his own brother and this girl are like, yeah, we don't want you around anymore. And so then he's like, I think he's in jail or some shit for like 10,000 years. So he got cucked for 10,000 years. He comes out. That's the Burning Crusade expansion. Well, we have to put him back inside of a popsicle. And then he's in the popsicle for like maybe 10 more years until they try to turn him into an avatar of the, like, you know, the Titans?
Yeah.
The big guy with the horns, Sargeras, the avatar for Sargeras. And then so we break him out of the popsicle. And then there was an orc, but you see this orc actually isn't the real orc. There's two versions of the same orc. And then in the original storyline, Illidan consumes the orc's skull for powers. His name's Gul'dan. And then we go back in time, and then the orc, we have like a second version of the same guy.
Again?
And again, yeah, it's the same guy. And he's up to his tricks again, and he starts trouble again. So then Illidan fucking grabs him by his head, and then...
Wait, I thought he ate his skull. Is this a different guy?
No, he did. That's the thing. But then he goes back and he kills him again.
In time?
He kills this. This is Gul'dan 2 from the alternate timeline.
Wait, so he's time traveling?
Well, Gul'dan time travels. Well, he doesn't time travel. Okay, so basically you have to understand that Garrosh...
Wait, is this the good lore or the bad lore?
This is both.
Well, Gul'dan's cool. Gul'dan's cool, though.
Okay.
And so so there's this other orc, and Thrall found him because Thrall's dad was friends
Thrall
with this
Green
orc.
Jesus?
Green Jesus,
Okay.
that's right. And so then...
Wait, so that's the guy that's trying to lead the orcs to do the good things, right?
But then the other brown guy, Garrosh, was like, all these
brown
good
orc,
things...
brown orc.
All of
Okay.
these... Yeah, the brown orcs.
Yeah, I remember that guy. He had the long hair and the Hearthstone card.
Right, Grom. But then his son Garrosh was the coolest character.
He was.
What's so funny about that?
No, it's just funny. I'm just sorry, go on.
You know what's sick? A World of Warcraft tier list. Where it's like Garrosh, Garrosh, Arthas,
No, I want to hear
Illidan,
how the story ends.
Okay, let me explain. So basically,
No, he's
then...
it's like a bard.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry, go on.
Okay. So basically, then Illidan.
If you're looking for the best deals you'll
Garrosh,
find
that's right.
outside
So
of Ironforge
Garrosh gets
itself,
brought back
then you've
from
come to the right
Outland
place.
because Garrosh was at the time he was in high school and he was going through his emo phase, and so he would sit outside the main tribal hut and talk about how he was a loser all the time.
Okay.
But then Thrall came over and he's like, "You're not a loser," and Garrosh is like, "Okay." So then Garrosh decides he's not going to be a loser.
Dude, I feel like 1,000 years ago, you could have like wrote the King James Bible, but like better, like less confusing.
Oh.
Like the storytelling.
Well, I mean, this is basically the same thing, but for nerds.
This is the Bible, but like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy, Garrosh, eventually gets put in charge of the Horde because Thrall decided to be a dad. And then he just basically pussied out, and basically Thrall lost all of his hair and he turned into a bitch.
Oh.
But he did that because like there was this big thing that happened where he had to use a magic pancake to kill the most powerful dragon in existence.
What do you mean a pancake?
It's called the Dragon Soul.
But why is it a pancake?
Because it looks like a literal fucking pancake.
Yep.
But what is it? It's a soul?
Well, it's like a power, it's like an empowering device, right? And it was used. The dragons needed Thrall to use it because the dragons couldn't use it to kill the other dragon.
Why couldn't they use it?
Because they're dragons.
Yeah.
So?
And so that's just how it is.
Okay.
And does
it make sense?
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
I'm just asking questions.
So then Garrosh goes back.
Wait, is this where the bad lore starts?
Well, there's a lot of okay. If you think about it for long enough, almost all of it's bad.
So I wouldn't say that.
Well, let me just finish how the time travel happens. So Garrosh is put in charge, and then Thrall goes away because he's bald now, and then finally Garrosh eventually just decides, you know what? The Horde is full of pussies and simps, and we're going to kick out all of the losers. And so he kicked out the Blood Elves. He kicked out
what's wrong with the Blood Elves?
Because look at him. And so,
Yeah.
so that's
The
just how it
hippogriff
is.
is a
Dude,
noble
it is
beast,
kind of lame that they're
proud
like we're
and
blood
swift.
elves because
They are an honor
which
to
people
train and
died.
can quickly
Yeah,
take
yeah,
their
they're,
rider
they're
a great
basically
distance.
crack addicts.
No, blood elves were put into the game that way females would have something to play on the horde
On
side.
horde side, yeah.
Dude, that's how
yeah.
I felt. I was like, why would I want to be a horde, man? The
Yeah.
best is like the undead,
Yeah.
but why do they have tits when everything else is rotted? It makes no sense.
Yeah. No, it's literally
Good question.
Blizzard does that. So they know it's the same thing they did with Sylvanas.
No, that was smart because all the guys who were on Horde, their girlfriend probably was like, I'm not playing this shit. I don't want to be a fucking
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
Yep. No, absolutely. They literally put in blood elves. That way they'd be
Yeah.
pretty girl class. It's the same thing they did with Sylvanas. In my opinion,
Yeah,
Sylvanas
no,
is
game companies are good when they, you know that they said the same thing about Yuumi in League. They were like, we made this character so that people can play with their friends who don't know how to play.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you know who Yuumi is?
No, I
So
don't.
it's a character where you don't have to do any movement. You just attach yourself to another character, and then you just follow him around as a floating cat. And every now and then you
That's it. There's people
Yep.
who, okay, yeah. So
Does
like
it
you,
do anything?
makes
yeah,
the one character attached to you much stronger.
You
heal
okay?
it and
So
beam it.
there's 4 buttons per character in League, right?
Right.
Usually there's some exceptions. So one of your buttons is to attach to someone else. So they move around, you don't do anything. Your Q is like you can move around this little squiggly thing that does like
Ooh.
100 damage.
Yeah.
And then your E is an instant cast heal, and that's it. And then
That's good.
your ult is this like wave of things, but the person that you're attached to controls like where it comes from.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So,
So
you
it's
just basically you're along for the ride.
You know, a lot of people like that play characters that are good with Yuumi.
Yeah.
They'll have like a laptop and play with their feet. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wait, so they're playing 2 characters at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, because Yuumi counts as like 0.1% of an actual character. You do fuck it. It's so hard to fuck it up.
Holy shit!
And for a while, she was like an S tier character too.
Yeah?
It's like you don't even have to do anything.
So you just sit there and like somebody else just doesn't really even play the game. They just like phone it in for like the next 40 minutes.
Or
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Are you aware of the games Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those 3 had very good lore, except for the what was it? There's one part of the Warcraft 3 lore people didn't like. It was like Arthas and like bombing a town. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that's whenever he killed everybody, but he was right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people didn't like that.
He
He
was.
was
Wait,
right.
so yeah, in the video I watched, there was a lot of like Warcraft gameplay. So is that where the main story kind of happens, or is
Yeah.
that like fillers
Yes.
for?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay.
like that's kind of like all the build up and like the foundation for what World of Warcraft is.
Which is why vanilla Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King is what I consider.
Was that me or them or what? Oh, it was number 2. Hello, number 2. Heard a sound that time. Barely got it out.
The best part
That's
of
that's
WoW.
the game. Everything else is just other stuff.
Yeah. Sylvanas, in my opinion, was a PR move because World of Warcraft didn't really have that many strong, independent female characters. So they said, okay, well, now we have this one and she's the best. She's going to go up to all the men and kill them all.
They ruined her.
Yep, they ruined her.
Yeah.
Because they made her
That's
too
so
broken.
sad.
But it's like, oh yeah, Lich King? Yeah, check this out. She's so strong. She kills them in one
They
hit.
got too greedy. They were like, we have the female representation, and also she's hot, and then they flew too close to the sun.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
It was because it felt so forced. It was the least authentic part of that game. You know, I was just like, okay, so we're gonna do this
Well,
shit now.
what about the girl looks like Lux? What's her name? Jaina.
Jaina, yeah.
Jaina.
Yeah, what happened with her? Wasn't she a main character too?
She was, but she was like she was like. So, for example, how do I explain it?
Jaina was Arthas's boyfriend or girlfriend.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was basically Arthas's girlfriend, and she was a really powerful, strong mage.
Yep.
And basically everything that she does, you have to understand, like, Jaina is the reason why we had like 3 separate expansions. Like her just fucking something up.
Oh, I didn't know this.
So, like, Kale Thoss, like the Sunstrider, the guy that, like, is Sunwell and all that. Well, one of the reasons why he kind of popped off is because she wanted to go with Arthas and date Arthas instead of him.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because he's like, well,
So I thought she was dating Anduin, and then
no, they're like, that's like.
oh, it's her
like
and
2
Arthas.
generations.
I keep
Yeah, her and
mixing up the
Arthas.
A names.
Anduin's the
Yeah.
pussy. Arthas is the cool
Arthas
guy.
is the bitch. Yeah. Anduin's the bitch. Arthas is the true king of Orderon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that his friends.
So
and
him
family
and Jaina
betrayed.
were like dating.
Yeah. And like, then like obviously because then she didn't help Arthas purge Strathlome because like that's where you died.
Is that how you say it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I don't really
Yeah,
care.
I did die there at level 58. It was very depressing.
I always call it Stratholm.
Yeah.
I don't know how other people call it. Stratholm.
Yeah, I just fucking say Strat usually. 'cause
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Stratholm.
And so, yeah, that's what happened. So Jaina then there was a story where then her and her mom had drama and then they
no.
figured it out.
Approaching Stargate.
And then that was pretty much the end of her story.
Okay.
Yeah, that was literally it. And also in Warcraft 3, her boobs were way bigger, but then they nerfed them. And they did this progressively throughout the story.
I hate that
to
shit.
a bunch of League characters too.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and so that happened. And yeah, what are the other characters?
What, in League?
Yeah, no, I mean like in WoW. Do you understand it now? Does it make more sense?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't make sense to the people that wrote it either.
Yep.
Oh.
There's no continuity.
Yep. And hence, case in point, the what is it? The SoCal Killer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a
That
good
was a
video.
good one.
Yep.
I knew from the start, like, that I kind of had like an idea of what was going on, but I still liked the video. It was good.
Yeah, I remember I watched that one and I was like, man, that was one of the best videos. I was so happy about that one because like that was right whenever the story was like absolute dog shit during Shadowlands. And it was like, yeah, see, that's what I fucking thought. Exactly.
I was just like, I
Yeah.
definitely would have heard about this if this were true.
Oh,
but
yeah, especially if it was somebody who worked at Blizzard.
I humored it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing that really pissed me off about World of Warcraft was early on you felt like you were doing your part. You know, like there was this world, there was all this chaos, and you were doing your best to like help fix it. But then the more and more you went into the game, it's like, first of all, you had to earn the NPC's respect, but then it became every NPC was like sucking your dick for like everything. It was like, oh, you're the best, our hero, all this shit. And it just, I don't know, man. It felt nicer having to prove myself rather than like, there was like, what's the big sword into the earth? Big ass sword.
Well, Gorshalak?
Yeah, there was this dwarf in front of the Gorshalak, and the way that he talked to me felt like I was better than Arthas, felt like I was better than Anduin, and I'm just like, this makes no fucking sense. I'm literally just a dude in this world. Why is this guy literally jerking me off or killing 24
I feel
scorpions?
like a lot of maybe I'm wrong, but like the vibe I get from a lot of the long-term WoW players is like they like that because they've like spent 20 years of their life and they're like, I'm the best, fuck the new players.
I mean, they can like that.
That's
I'm
the
not a
way
fan.
they feel about it. Yeah, but usually they
Yeah.
like telling each other that. Not even the game telling them that. Like WoW players, like I remember seeing like whenever you guys cleared Molten Core, there were a lot of people that were trying to like downplay it. They're like, oh yeah, well, because the gear that they was able to get at ZG and is it really a challenge anyway, And it's like, these guys are just coping because they died at level 20, right?
That's fair,
That's just
but
how it is.
I do feel like it was insanely
Like,
easy.
I don't think that you understand how stupid classic WoW players are. Like, you really don't understand. Like, if you... Like,
Yeah,
if
I think it's just overconfidence, right? Like overconfidence is a killer, and I think that's like why our guild did so well because we were very not confident in ourselves.
But we did kill Onyx
If
in
you
what?
join a classic WoW guild and you ask them, is the moon landing real? Most of them would probably say no.
That's true.
Brit.
But I mean, the moon landing wasn't real.
I'm more shocked that people thought that we would fail rather than I'm just not shocked because I know how good at.
Now, I think if you were to ask how many WoW players think the Earth is flat, you're going to get a lot of them. But I would say probably 100% of us, I'm talking 100, believe that the moon landing was faked. You ever seen the water bubbles go up? Jesus Christ, man. If you believe that fucking lie, I got some swamp fucking land in Florida. I saw all the water bubbles on all the faked moon landings. You can see it on all of them. What are those air bubbles doing next to that astronaut? And you'll understand that it is a lie. And go check all the moon landings and you'll find it. You'll see bubbles.
It wasn't that right.
You'll be like, wait. This Chinese moon landing. Wait. Was that a bubble? Yeah. And if you look hard enough, you'll understand that like
Just didn't know how much we prepared, and then we're like comparing us to other guilds who like barely scraped through it.
What I'm saying, they're like, I mean, we killed Onyxia in like a minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
Like, we shit on that boss.
Yeah.
30 minutes preparation speech for a 2-minute fight.
Wow.
My damage was insane, bro. It felt so good.
I was fucking terrified the whole time, though, because, I mean, that was my first raid, so I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what to expect.
I guess that's what I'm forgetting, because for me, I've
you
seen
didn't
all
do
this.
ZG or AQ20, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did want to, but it was a Sardaka group, so it was like a bunch of really good players.
Well, he died.
That's true, he did die doing ZG.
What?
Yeah, he died.
He lost his warrior?
He lost his warrior on Osiris.
Like literally like yesterday.
Because he had aggro because of some other tank mechanic on the boss fight.
Yeah, he died yesterday.
Yep.
Autopilot.
That's like one of our best
jumping.
players.
He's
It was
re-leveling.
on AQ40 or
He's
AQ40?
dead now.
He has a hunter that's level 60 backup, and he's leveling another one.
Jesus.
Oh fuck. Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah.
And wait, AQ20 or AQ40?
AQ20. It was on.
Oh,
the
was
siren.
it? I thought it was
Yeah.
ZG.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No, the ZG was C-Dang.
Oh yeah, no, he
Yeah.
died to the big Anubis dude, right?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, damn, I did not know
Welcome,
Yeah.
that. That's
my
it, because he's
sister.
really good. Like,
If you are
stupid
here
good.
to train, then I
Damn.
would be
He did.
delighted to train you. There are
Anyways,
EQ20 did scare me a lot when I did it. I only ran it once.
Really?
Yeah.
Blackwing layer and it's over.
You think it's done at
Yep.
Blackwing Lair?
It's done. It's over. We're not clearing it. People are gonna die.
welcome,
There's just no way.
my
I'm gonna be
sister.
honest. I think something could
If
happen
you
on a
are
re-clear
here
of
to
MC,
train,
or something could
then I
happen on
would
like.
be delighted to train you. There are rumors of strife within the Cenarian Circle, but you should pay such loose talk no heed. Our arch-druid Fandral Staghelm leads us and all of Teldrassil to glory. You're now ready to learn about poison and the power we as druids have over it, adventurer. Cenarius has blessed us with the ability to purge even the most foul of poisons with but a mere incantation. This gift is not to be taken lightly. And to ensure you learn this lesson, you'll work to address the effects of poisonings as a layman would. Travel to Moonglade and speak with Dendrite Starblaze. He awaits your arrival to begin your lesson.
I don't understand how Ceasing to Discovery is like an improvement or even Classic Plus, because there's no achievements. The one thing I keep thinking about is you know what would have made this so much more fun was achievements. I hate, like, I would not have died in hardcore if there was achievements. I would have been too busy doing all the back grinding, try to get all the stuff done. And because you always find yourself trying to get some up there questing. There's not enough to do to make it worthwhile, like entertainment wise, to go back and do back grinding and stuff. But achievements open it up so it does. And the achievements are what's missing from Classic. I can't believe they left the system out. It should have been there day one. When you see what it is when it finally hits, you're like, oh man, it's the greatest achievement system ever made. And like, I can't believe they left it out of this. It's a serious complaint. I can't believe they left out hardcore. I would have preferred to do SoD hardcore. I absolutely would. I'd love to get to 25, cap it, and grind for a while. Hardcore, SoD should have been hardcore. It's the biggest fuck up Blizzard's ever made. Ever, hands down. Because SoD is fucking perfect for hardcore. Everybody caps at 25 and they get a perfect set. And they're good until level 30 when the cap is finally raised a couple months later. And then they start getting new gear again, but then they're capped at 40 when they're out of STV. And by then you're burnt out on the grind. At that point, you start PvPing and doing the top level 40 raid and hang out there for a couple of months. And you're sitting on your hardcore character and you're like, you spent every second of it. You've been guided through it. You have every achievement and all the zone unlocks and all the exploration and everything. And I really feel that Blizzard is seriously mishandling now. I'm talking like Bethesda, Starfield mishandling. I can't believe they launched SoD without an achievement thing. I'm sorry, but I can't believe they launched Classic without it. What the fuck? Watching your greatest heroes fuck up like Kurt Cobain eats your fucking soul so bad. You're like, Jesus Christ, you used to be Kurt Cobain. Now you're, now you're Fat Bastard from the Austin Powers movies and you can't sing or whatever. It's like, come on, man. Like, what happened here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, but it's like, what happened here? Like, why is there no achievement system in SoD? There's other complaints I have, but I'll leave them be. I don't want to start off on some complaining thing. It's just like, oh my god. Like, no achievement system makes it so boring. Everywhere I go, I keep thinking about all the achievements I'm missing ever since I started this. And it kind of makes me want to stop. Like a little bit. It makes me want to stop. I don't really like being re-addicted to World of Warcraft anymore. One of the things about it is I constantly think about how this isn't new. This is the exact same thing they just did 2.5 years ago. This is classic WoW. There's like some nice runes added, but it's classic WoW. Hardcore is superior in it to this. So why wouldn't you add a WoW hardcore SoD? Why would you add achievements to all of it? And why is there 3 current timelines of World of Warcraft running? You know what that fucking sounds like? Some kind of goddamn Marvel multiverse failure. It's like you have 3 multiverses running now, and 2 of them don't even have achievements. And they're the new ones. Your 2 newest splits while you redo your game all over again are like literally don't have achievement points, which is so weird. Imagine a fucking game in any fucking vernacular, anywhere, even cell phone, without an achievement list in 2023, and you have World of fucking Warcraft, one single company. One single company on the list. List a game in 2023 without achievements. Proof Blizzard died. And they've been replicated, and the executives have like cloaking, machines or whatever. And they're raping the interns. And they're stealing the breast milk to do research on their alien crafts. And they're like, amazed we don't know yet, and they're releasing games in 2023 without achievements and regressing back to their childhood and charging us to do it, and it's just so weird. It's such a shitty vibe. On Overwatch, it seems kind of shitty. Hearthstone's gacha now, and I don't know, man. Like, I think coming back to World of Warcraft is sort of shaking my faith in Blizzard again. Like, I don't know, man. I got excited because these people were excited, but they just clear BWL and they don't seem excited about it at all. And I feel like I'm tricked. I feel like a couple of weeks ago they were excited about it, but now they don't even seem that happy or into it. And like, she seems like she wants to be done with it. I don't know, man. I'm looking at it like a fad, and I think I might have been into it for a while, but fucking Blizzard in 2023. It's like the mishandling of Ilion Gonzalez level, or the mishandling of Ruby Ridge, or David Koresh, right, or the Compound, right? It's like this level of failure is up there with the David Koresh fucking Compound. And it's not like I'm making a big deal out of something, or like, trying to elevate it to something that it's not. They literally had made fuck up after bad career killing fuck up for like 7 years. BFA was so fucking bad. I finished Shadowlands in 3 months and I was bored. The only reason I stayed around Shadowlands is I did it on controller, believe it or not. I played Mistweaver Monk on controller and keyboard mouse. It was the only thing that can make it that. It's the only thing that can make retail interesting enough for me to do it. I liked Dragonflight, but I liked leaving it after exactly 4 weeks and not going back. It was 6 weeks total. 2 visits. First one was the initial month. I beat it, Lore Master, first month. Came back a couple months later just to see if anything was different, see if the storms were better. They weren't. Everybody was gone, and retail was dead again. I was like, great, this expansion seems like a ripoff, kind of. It was nice for 6 weeks, but yeah, like, honestly, I feel more ripped off by Dragonflight than I do the New World what is it called? Angry Earth. Honestly, I enjoyed Angry Earth, I think, more than Dragonflight. It's going to stick with me, and all the zones that Angry Earth unlocked, or I'm sorry, the 2 zones that Angry Earth unlocked were really good, and I think they're a huge addition to New World. I don't believe you could say that about the zones they added in Dragonflight. I don't think I ever want to go back to those zones. No, that's not true. I liked Inari Plains, but the only reason I would ever go back to Inari Plains is the music, and I mean, I set up to avoid the I feel that WoW pulls tricks like that, Blizzard pulls tricks like this all the time. At that point, I just went to go find the music, because I was like, if it's the music that's drawing me back to an expansion, that's why I went back the second time. I was like, what if I could just hang out for 4 weeks in Nari Plains and just skin things and listen to the badass music and fish? And then I realized why I don't like these games, and why I'm starting to remember why I don't like these games is because they don't have an endless core gameplay loop anymore. The content is done, and it's not procedural like Rust, and I've done it all, and I'm a new content person now, and I think about, like, why am I doing this old content over and over and over and over again? Can't you just do something new that's good? I feel like I'm being tricked by a really big fucking conglomerate, and I mean, honestly, they made it the best it's ever been. Look how easy all this stuff is. You're up and done in like 2 hours, and you're playing the game, and you're in, and it's just better than it's ever used to be. But like, I hate feeling like I'm in a crisis of faith. The only thing here that really felt like it had the core gameplay loop that would bring me back was like fucking hardcore. But you got to remember, I didn't like WoW Classic. I didn't go back to it. I stopped at level 40. I got to level 40 day 5 or something, and I was like, I can't do STV anymore. I hated this at the start, and I hate it now. I don't know why they did this. And I fucking left, and I blew my WoW friends away. I lost most of them when I disappeared for 4 years. I was like, I'm not playing Classic. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm way more inclined to play fucking... You know, and here I am playing Classic, right? And I feel like I've been tricked because I had like streamer and community interest. And watching their faces after they cleared the raids, I'm like, wait, when I finally hit 60 on hardcore, or I finally hit 60 on SoD, I guess the reward is the raid scene. And I'd rather fucking end my life first. I'd rather die. I'd rather die. I'd rather die than go back in that raid scene. I don't want to be around those people. I don't want to be all super competitive with people with stupid ass fucking world buffs. The WoW PvP is blob based, and it sucks in this era. Like, it sucks. Like, there's good WoW blob PvP, but it is not these 3 eras. It's Isle of Conquest. It's, oh, I don't know. It's like, yeah, Isle of Conquest was good blob PvP. Wintergrass was better. Tolbarad was better. Ashenvale was like the fucking the pinnacle of it at or Ashenvale, excuse me, not Ashenvale, it's called Tolbarad, and then I always forget the name of this one. It's the one in Legion. Can't think of the fucking name of it, but it's the main one. It's the 100v100 or whatever. It's a 40v40, but it's a much more massive battle, I think. Or no, I think it's actually like a 80v80 or something. I forget what it is, but yeah. So this era of PvP is so goddamn boring. Let's say you gank something on Feral or Rogue, then you just die. You get 1 kill, right? But no matter what, the rest of the other 4 people, or 5 or 10 or 20 or even 40 in AV, they all just turn and you explode. It's not fun. It's not fun like a fighting game or shooting at each other in Rust, or, you know, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's fun when you're ganking the guy. But then when you're done with him, you either have to, like, and you don't have cloak and you've been dotted. It's not like you can vanish out. You've committed. They know you're there. You kill the guy maybe, and that's fine. And you spend a lot of time getting the gear so you can kill the guy in the first 5 seconds before they, or 10 seconds, whatever, before they can actually do something about it. And like, that's fun. But then they turn and they sneeze on you and you fall over. And it's done. Then you've got a 5-minute fucking grave walk back. Maybe you're with your team again, and maybe they take the point and it's cool, and you've got some heals the next time and stuff. But generally, the minute you actually snuff somebody and you actually get in a real, like, actual PvP situation, I'm talking like a Rust fight or something like that. Sure, it could be epic 1v1 out in the wild, but in the BGs, it's like you kill someone and then poof, you're just erased. The 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 other people there. Sometimes it's 15 if you're like fighting at ST. right? Sometimes it's like a 7v7 at S team, right? And so the minute that you unpop, and that's the class I want to play, Pharaoh and Rogue, they look at you, sneeze on you, and you die instantly. Like what happened to me on hardcore the other day when my pickpocket failed in all three on Alliance side female Rogue. Pickpocket failed, and I just didn't have the reflex to think I would need the evasion and the fucking vanish and the potion in the first half millisecond. I just didn't think it would be that fast. It just never occurred to me that the pickpocket would fail, and it should have, and it failed, and I was erased in under a second. And that's how it is in the PvP. You're erased in under a second. If they focus at all, you're erased in under a second. It's not like a real team battle at all. It's the team focuses you and you're dead. Unless you're the tank or the healers, that you can keep yourself up. In Overwatch, it's like this too. It's like you have a minute, maybe you're healing for a while, but the minute they actually pay attention to you, you're fucking dead. You're woof, gone, bed. Go back, graveyard walk back for another 90 seconds. And I can't stand this about Blizzard PvP. It's fucking terrible. It has no strategy. It means nothing. Like 5 people turn and kill you. What does that mean? Sure, that can happen in real life too. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? You wouldn't normally ever get in a situation like that. In real situations of war, they're all with guns spread out from each other and all firing at each other from 2 sides. Or they're maybe triangulating or flanking and that kind of thing. But nobody's like standing in a clump of 5 or 10 people in a big clump on top of 5 or 10 other people, right? Because A, in the real world, when you swing, you're going to hit everybody else. And B, but you wouldn't be in a big clump like that. And then the worst part about the clump versus the clump is as soon as there's a target ascertained that is a threat, that target is immediately demolished. It's not like you have any say in it. It's not like your skill can outsay. I mean, you can outskill. You can bang someone and cloak vanish, or you can vanish and disappear. Later on, it's cloak vanish, but like you don't get cloak in vanilla. You know what I'm saying? You don't get cloak in vanilla. That's a TBC thing. So like, I look at this and I'm like, why am I doing this? Maybe I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't think most people respect it. I don't think most people are like, oh yay, wow, he's playing WoW. I'm fairly sure. Like I don't and I don't know. Like I don't know, man. Like I feel like I've been tricked a little bit. I bought a $100 year pass for this, and what I should have done is spent 3 months on a $45 bet. And I mean, granted, the $100 is a better deal. I think it was actually like 140 or something, but yeah, like the 140 is a better deal because it's like $12.99 a month or something like that. But what if you can only play the game for 3 months though? Before you're like, fuck, it's the same old problems. The PvP is not good like Rust. It doesn't have any element of actual strategy to it. It's like the blob turns and poofs you. You're just gone. The blob turns and your health bar melts. It's just, boom, dead before you can respond. The same way I died in a second when the pickpocket failed. Boom, dead, gone before I can even say it. It went that fast. It was like the pickpocket failed and boom, dead, gone before I can even say it. It was like, boom, dead. It was like that fast. In a game where like most fights take like 45 seconds to 2 minutes or something, suddenly you decided to erase me in under a second. And before I could ever even respond. And I'm pissed about that. Because that's what the hardcore mechanics are based off. Fuck ups in their design. The deaths happen to even truly good players because of fuck ups in their design. Why would you make the pickpocket fail when the guy's got 2 pats sitting next to him? You like torturing people? You like making people walk a lot? I guess you do. You think it's funny? Like, I don't know. I guess some challenge should occur. But I mean, I don't know why a rogue should be deleted if a pickpocket fails. Like deleted before you can even say the word deleted. And so like, man, like I'm not playing the mode that I came for, which is hardcore, because you distracted me with SoD out of nowhere. It's the most surprise thing I've ever seen Blizzard do. Like, hardcore was going strong, and they're still doing hardcore. Everybody in the scene is thinking about hardcore. Hardcore is going strong, but a lot of us came to SoD, and they now, why did I hear a sap? What? Okay. And it's weird because like it went from like, I forget when it was like last month or what, 2-3 weeks ago I think, and they were like, oh yeah, it turns out that in like 20 days we're gonna just launch SoD, and that's cool. I really like how fast that went. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, hardcore had buzz and you killed it. So why wouldn't you A, make hardcore for SoD, B, add achievements so it's actually Classic Plus? You know what Classic Plus means to me? Achievements. And I don't think you have the time or the effort or the money, I guess, to maybe fix that. You can't seem to add achievements back to Classic. I mean, they're there at retail. I can go to retail right now and I can look at the fucking achievements for Classic. Classic has achievements. Why didn't you fucking add them in WoW SoD? I think your entire business model now is tricking us. I feel like Overwatch 2 tricked us. I feel like WoW is tricking me. I think I'd rather like hard submit to EvE and just admit that I like EvE and try to play a game that I don't know that well than, oh shit, yeah, I don't want to sit here in this, I'm sorry. And like, you know, and play the new Rust Zombies server when next month when the Rust Zombies resets, and then do like FFXI, which is Forced Sociality, as a main, you know, sit Rust and build bases but don't pay attention to it that much, and play EvE as a tycoon type and do indie and industrial and PI and you know, mining and stuff like that in high sec, so I don't have to worry about the fucking stress of dealing with shithead PvPers all the time that treat you dishonorably. And and try to make a main out of EvE and FFXI and Rust like I originally planned to do. I mean, WoW and honestly, Fallout 76 I think is actually a really good addition to the 3 that I initially planned to do. I think honestly, you know what I wish I'd done? Spent the yearly on Fallout 76, which is a game I know I like, and not WoW, because so many people tried so hard to convince me to come back here. I feel like these 3 tried to convince me to come back here really fucking hard. I think they're doing it right now. I think they're trying to convince us to come back there because they might be industry shills, I think. I wonder if Blizzard went to them and was like, hey, will you do an NDA disclosure payment on trying to sway the kids to come play SoD? We'll pay you $1 million each. And I bet they all said yes. Yep, and they put it on steak and eggs, and because it seems like a lot of people shill to bring us back here. Now, the experiences are good. I won't lie. I really enjoyed losing 10 hardcore characters at level 20. It was fun. I won't lie. But almost all of those deaths were AFKs or straight up like just getting erased, you know? And I really want to WoW SoD, and I'm feeling that stubborn fucking child thing coming on again, where I want to put my foot down and be like, until you give me WoW SoD, I'm not WoW SoD hardcore, I'm not coming back. I feel like you tricked me with Overwatch, and I feel like you caused me to quit Hearthstone, and I feel like you fucking drew me back here and with promises that weren't actually here. And the hardcore was a good gameplay loop. It's probably where I should go right now. But honestly, I'd rather play Fallout 76 and EvE and like Rust than this and like in FFXI. This is far too formulaic. It's I don't know if I can take Druid to 25 maybe, because it's the same shit that I just did like 20 times, and the repetition fucking gameplay when the scenery looks the same and the mobs are the same and the same shills are doing the same shilling and the same old shit that I put up with for 20 fucking years, and I fucking fell victim to it again. And I'd lost $140 when I don't really have that kind of money. And it pisses me off. I look at like this subscription going dead now, maybe right here. It's so annoying. But hey, that's who I am. Bye. You know? It's I don't know. It's like Forrest Gump when he stops running. You know, one day you look up and you're just like, man, everybody's running with me even, and he just stops and he's like, I'm going home now. I'm going to go back to what I think my home now is. I liked visiting your popular land and all this stuff and living in New York City for a little while. But yeah, it turns out that I get accosted for money from the beggars every time I go out my place. The taxi rides are fucking $47. The job isn't comfortable and the rooms are small and it's cramped and there's too many people and they all smell bad. And like when I go back home, I get accosted by the same beggars in my fucking hallway going up to my room and shit. And my room is $140. You know, my room is $140. It was it's $1,400 or whatever. It's $1,400 a week or whatever. You know, it's $140. It was way too much. It was way too much for what they're returning off this shit that we've been doing for 20 years. This shit has not been worth $140 for 15 fucking years since the end of Wrath. Was the last time this shit was worth $100. I don't care if they give me a year of it. This was not worth $140. Now I will say this. They're very good in marketing, because now that I have the year sub, I've got like 11 months left on it, and maybe I fiend WoW enough to come back there, you know? But I think it's not so good. It was fun for the return that I did. I don't think I wish to play World of Warcraft anymore. They just did not keep up with what I actually wanted from them. And I pay for them, and I shouldn't, but hey, I don't want Blizzard to die, so I pay them finally. I give them their final payment for 20 years of entertainment. Yeah. Or maybe I buy monthly one time in the future or something like that. I'll definitely enjoy it for this year. It'll be a nice revisit, but I'm going to stop rededicating to WoW. It is not something that I enjoy, I don't think. I mean, I'm sorry. It's something that I enjoy, but it comes at a cost. The people bug me. The Blizzard irked me today when they embarrassed me on a fucking like a broken mod, and I had like 20 boomers like fucking reporting me for spam and shit. And I can feel the boomers around me, which is like kind of weird, because I don't feel that on any other game, not even Final Fantasy 11. I think there's I'm fairly sure there's young people on FFXI private. I'm fairly sure. I know there is. Like, I've heard them talk before. I'm young. I've never played this. I need help. You know, there's more new players on a fucking private server than there is like on their classic bullshit. I don't want to get caught in this fucking hamster wheel for another fucking 2 years. And while it was fun, yeah, I think you lost me there, unfortunately. Like, watching them shill, and I now find it, when I realize that I've been manipulated, I look at how I was manipulated, and I believe it was that the scene tried to indicate that we were all going to make a return to this, but they don't look happy to me. They don't, like, Asmongold does not look happy that WoW is rebuilding, I don't think. I don't think I am either. I'm not very happy that they did this. I wish they would fix the game, which is doing stuff like, before you bite off more than you can fucking chew with SoD, or I mean, you didn't bite off more than you can chew at all. I'm saying before you add a few new abilities to Classic and relaunch it, right? Which is what SoD is. There's no difference between Classic and SoD, except they added a few new abilities. I was led to believe that there was like going to be this sense of exploration or living off the land thing, or I was led to believe that there would be a sense of exploration or something new. I got that in hardcore. I did not get that in SoD. I did, and I took SoD to cap. Well, not cap, but I'm capped SoD right now on one character, and I'm halfway to my second, and already it seems like so repetitive. I've already done it twice, and I'm like, why the fuck would I keep throwing my fucking time down that repetitive well? And I mean, I think it's okay to have WoW on the screen. I don't think it bothers the people watching the stream, but I don't think the people on the stream even appreciate it that much. And so I have to be like so careful about this. I think I'm liable to get more interest just throwing my EvE flag up and catching more people that way. Another thing is if you're at the bottom of the 30 million people watching WoW right now, you absolutely, fundamentally will not get follows, right? I experienced it because for like the last 3 weeks, I was like, this is the lowest follows my career has ever been. And it's because, like, no, I'm sorry, it's not follows. Like, I had good follows, but only when I was playing other games. The minute that I get on WoW, I've noticed that the follows just straight up trickle up and dry out. And I'm like, yeah, I know that a lot of people don't like WoW. I know that. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I think I'd rather be a small streamer in a small pond trying to reach the 100 people than the small streamer in the big pond trying to reach nobody at all ever, because nobody at all ever like surfs to the bottom of the WoW like totem pole. I'm not talking about my skill or something, and I'm really pretty good at it. I can I'll rock your ass in arena. I don't care who you are, and on a bunch of different classes too. I'm not bad at that game. Same with Overwatch, whatever. But Overwatch was a trick. SoD is insufficient. It's repetitive. Hardcore wasn't fixed. The whole point of launching hardcore is to fix the elements of classic, like the pop aggro and the fucking the hyperspawn, and they didn't do that. They didn't fix it. I died to hyperspawn so much. I lost like 4 characters to hyperspawn in caves. You don't think you might need to fucking fix that? I'd rather have an empty cave and wait than like 5 mobs spawn on top of me. You fucking idiots. You fucking idiots. And so like now, and I'm not asking you to rehash your whole game, but that seems to be your idea. You want to rehash your whole fucking game like hardcore, you know? Then you're backfilling me on Overwatch. You tricked us with Overwatch. I won't pay for Overwatch, and I won't sub to your fucking season pass, and it feels gotcha now. There's like characters I haven't played in the healer roster of all things, which is like a no-no for me. I know all the healers, but I won't touch the new healers because they require you to do something or buy something, and I'm not doing that. So you shut me out of 2 new healers, and I don't appreciate that. We go across the like right now. I'm thinking about it. Like I come across the roster. You know, I don't want to yell about this. I'm just venting. You know, I'm not angry at them. I'm venting. I don't play retail. I didn't like Dragonflight past the 6 weeks, and I was there for the storms. You fucked up the storms. The storms were perfect. I was like, oh my god, Dragonflight's gonna be the greatest thing ever if it's like this forever. And it would have been if you had actually just made the storms good. What happened with the storms in Dragonflight? It would have been so good. Public fucking raids, exactly like New World. I would have dedicated to it for the rest of my life, or at least like 10 years or something, right? Like Jesus Christ, like the public raids were so good, and then they just dried up and disappeared. They were just not. Oh, your raid ready boost. I'm not raiding in WoW in 2023. Fuck that. I'd rather die first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hardcore to 60. I think a lot of those people thought that the big reward for hardcore would be raiding at 60 and putting it all on the line. I'm not stepping in raids at 60. Fuck raids. Raids are where the boomers like pretty much boil in their own toxin. I'm not fucking doing that. You couldn't pay me to fucking do that. I'm no better. I actually was in the fucking raid scene. I think a lot of these people lie about it. I actually was in the fucking raid scene. I got more achievements than them. I got more friends than them on the list. You see it? Like, dude, I've seen their lists and shit. I don't know. I don't think they network like me. Like, you know, I'm just saying. So, like, whatever. Raids aren't it. Raids aren't it. If the end of hardcore is raids, fuck that. No, thank you. If the end of SoD is raids, fuck that. No, thank you. I'm not raiding at 25 either. Disgusting. 25 is so boring. So like now I'm like, fuck, your retail is like worthless to me now, and you're planning a new expansion for the War Within, and all it looks like is the exact same thing you just said with Dragonflight. And if you take the dragons out of the War Within, and if you don't add them to the real world, I'm never playing retail again. I feel like you tricked me with your fucking like your gimmick, you know? It was good enough for 6 weeks of gameplay, that expansion. What the fuck is that? I'm talking, I got Lore Master and I didn't try. Their content wasn't even very much. And the raids were, ugh. So like, Overwatch, you tricked us with this. You re-released your last game. Diablo fucking 3, I don't even need to say anything. StarCraft 2, fuck. Diablo 4, I don't even need to say anything. Diablo Immortal, I don't even need to say anything. Like, fucking Heroes of the Storm, I don't need to say anything. Hearthstone is a gacha piece of shit with so much bloat, I can't even stand to play it barely anymore, except for Battlegrounds, which used to be fun, but isn't fun anymore. WoW, like WoW Classic Hardcore, sure, great. It's like the only thing on the list. It's what I came back for. It's what I paid the $100 for. But now I'm burnt out on WoW because you didn't fix the problems in Hardcore, like hyperspawn. You know, I get hyperspawned or pop fucking lockpick fails on Pats and shit. Like what? Like, you know, that doesn't have anything to do with being good at the game. That's you with bad design. You should have rehashed hardcore and got rid of all the stupid shit that they complain about. You should have done a bug testing phase and listened to them about taking the elevators out, listen to them about fucking drowning, listen to them about, you know, like, you should have listened to them about this. I went and I played it again, and I was like, this is the worst version of Classic with no reason to play it. I'm not gonna fucking raid and put it all at risk at the end. That's not my style of personality. I'm not a big gambler. I love gambling at a $60 level. I'm good at it. Fuck like putting $2,000 on the line like that or whatever. 2,000 hour or 200 hours or something like that on the line. 300 hours. Fuck putting 300 hours on the line over fucking up on an elevator or like falling in the lava wrong. Shit that they should have fixed, you know. Shit that they could easily fix, you know. The mob inexplicably turned and one-shot the rogue even though the priest has more hate than him. Shit like that, you know. And then you hear them say, oh, it was so tragic. Nobody could explain why that mob turned like that and hit him like that. Nobody could explain it, you know. Or, oh, crushing blow killed you instantly. Stuff like that, you know. In a hardcore, you should have fixed it. You're lazy and slipshod. You should have fixed all that fucking shit. And so I'm going to come back to Classic, and I'm going to use my $140 debacle that you tricked me out of. But I'm not going back to SoD. I'm not going back to Classic. I don't like Classic. It's way too fucking boring and slow in 2023. After playing Rust for, 4 years or whatever it was, Jesus Christ, WoW is slow. Even from a farming level or any of that. It's always like this 45-second to 90-second battle. It's like this thing to like loot them. It's like this thing to not die. And it's slow. And you gotta walk back to the trainer and walk back to the bank and walk back to the auction house and all this stuff. Like, I don't know. This game's no different. It's a lot of travel. I've been traveling all night. But yeah, like, I feel tricked, I feel tricked. It's not that I'm not good at WoW. It's that you can't make it fun enough for me to focus. I'm constantly alt-tabbing, It would be good as a main hardcore, but I don't want a main hardcore. I just don't. We're going to go play Fallout 76, and I'm going to change my fucking title. I wish New World would get better, frankly. I don't want to download 40 gigs for the Christmas event. I don't want to do that. I think that's literally kind of irresponsible from a financial point of view. I'm not going to spend 40 gigs on a fucking Christmas event that I'm not going to play. Seems financially almost like irresponsible, So I feel disheartened, but I do feel good that I have a sub on another game that I do want to play, that I don't have, I must have 20,000 hours on WoW or something like that. It's disgusting. Or then we added up. I think it was like 18 or something like that. I think I did check hours on a bunch of retail characters. It was a lot. It's a lot. Light 'em up, your enemies, that is. Light 'em up, weapon bundle. Gatling gun, pump action, and handmade rifle. I want this. It's 1,800. Yeah, right. And I'm sorry, but Fallout 76 straight has better music than WoW. Just much better. WoW music is entirely earworms. It drives me crazy. And I mean, these are earworms too, but they're not the kind of earworms that they do. I'm looking for that soft ambient in the background. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Have me some water. Doom, doom, doom. Fallout first. Fallout first season catch up. Season catch up. Season catch up. Season catch up. Fallout first. Nuka-Cola bundle for $8.91. 20% off. 2400 Riders Mega. I don't use the Gatling gun or the pump action or the handmade rifle, and there's no discount on that. This is not a discount. So much more fun than WoW. That is, like, instantly more fun than I had on WoW all day. I'm sorry. It sucks that it has to be a shooter. I wish they could make a good medieval game, you know? Like, but, you know, it sucks that it has to be a shooter, but that was more fun than WoW was all day. It gave me more joy instantly. It's gonna blow. Wait, you can blow that one up? I didn't know that. Wow. How did I not know that? The leveling is so goddamn boring. I don't know. Maybe I should go back. I'll go back. I'll just add in a different game and slow it down. I don't like quitting things these days. It's so annoying. I hate being fucking. I hate feeling like they're kicking me around like a ball on the on a soccer field. It's so annoying. I'll finish the druid because the druid can die. That's why I was doing it. I just had to remember. I don't remember why I was doing it. It's because the druid can die when I fuck up, you know? I'll just run SoD to the end and I'll call it the year. It's fine. I'm definitely going to stop focusing on it as much as I have been. I'll add Fallout 76 to my list. And I'll go back to work. It's so annoying. I'll run these three. They seem to be running pretty well, which is good. Got 5 hours left in the shift. 4. Let's see. I want to go to my live stream, edit, change it, save. Okay. And then
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
At least I was able to recover right away. I do wish to finish. I just don't wish to spend all my time doing it. It's hard to focus on it. I'll do it when I get around to it each time. I'll play it when I'm ready. I've been trying to fucking dedicate to it way too much. I'm gonna put it in the background to other games. It's all about control of flow of energy. And as long as it's not eating up all my time, I think I like the game more. But it feels like it constantly sucks me in. It forces me to play it like a main. And I don't like that. I'm going to stop playing it like that. I'm going to kill a mob and go AFK. Kill a mob, go AFK. Kill a mob, go AFK. Do a quest, stop. You know. Whatever. Fucking Blizzard.
To maintain our link to the mainland, we have hippogriffs constantly flying between Rutheran Village and Darkshore. Greetings, adventurer. You are welcome in Nighthaven as well as all of Moonglade. The Cenarian Circle welcomes all beings who respect the authority and command of nature. While you are here, please be sure to preserve the balance in all things. Disturbances are not welcome here, and our wardens are trained to cease all hostilities without question. Greetings, young druid. I'm glad to see you ready and eager to learn about the curing of poisons. While most druids in the past were put through pre-planned trials, your work will involve no such thing. There has been a rash of animal poisonings in Oberdeen, and the village there has been unable to cure it. To that end, A representative there has asked Moonglade for aid, and we are sending you there to aid them. This is no exercise. The work you'll do is quite real. Bear this in mind. The Cliffspring Falls in Darkshore serves as the principal source of drinking water for the region, and now I suspect it is the principal source of the poison that is harming the local fauna, deer specifically. Use the sampler to draw some water from the mouth of the cave. Be careful, as dangerous Naga now reside in a cave by the falls. Once filled, deliver it to Alldayerrydaybaby Nightsong in Aberdeen. She is the one that requested our aid, and you will work with her to address this malady.
Oh, yeah. Forgot I'm one gaffer check from the end of that, so I'm gonna finish that real quick. Wow, there's a lot of them.
Warp drive active.
Oh, did I finish? Yes, I did. And I got an oily back mouth. Yeah, like, I like the game as a survival game. It is good. Like, kind of.
I can't believe you found them! You must be the luckiest person in Kalimdor! We know you're lucky, but just how lucky are you, adventurer? One night, I was wandering the roads of Darkshore. I was looking for a good river or lake to try my new self-propelled exploding duck decoy, and I think I was a little tipsy because I passed out and awoke hours later in Aberdeen. My hair was singed, and my bag of electropellers was gone. I must have dropped them in the water. I need those electropellers. Maybe you can fish them out of some lake or stream in Darkshore.
Oh, I have money? Yes, I do.
Warp drive active.
Fuck.
Warp drive active.